All right, test review, chapter 3. So, multiple choice. Good test-taking skills. Always read through every possible answer and then go through them and then rule out the ones that are wrong. All right? So, if we look at this, which of the statements is or are always true? That means there could be more than one right answer. All right? So, if two triangles are congruent, okay, ABC is congruent to DEF. Corresponding angles are congruent. Well, that's the definition of that's the definition of not having your marker on. CPCTC. Write that next to it, please. Write that next to it. That's the whole reason why we have CPCTC. Once we prove triangles congruent, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So that's definitely a yes. You can prove two triangles congruent if you know all three angles are congruent. Well, that would be A. And we've talked about how that is not a rule we can use. AAA just means they are like each other, but not necessarily the same size. So we talk about a scale model. A scale model is the exact same thing, just shrunk. So we cannot use AAA, so that's out. If two triangles are congruent, okay, one of the pairs of angles must be right angles. No. We've done plenty of triangles that were scalene or whatever, or obtuse or acute. You don't have to have right angles to be congruent. If you're doing HL, you need that, but that's not, it doesn't say if two triangles are congruent by HL. If it said by HL, well, yes, you have to have a right angle, but not in general. So you got to read these things very carefully. They can be tricky. The three interior angles add to 360? No, they don't. They add to 180. Cross that out and correct it. It's still wrong, but make a note that it's 180 degrees, not 360. So our only answer here is A. Which of the following is false? So always go back to your easy cheat. A, B, C, D, E, F. Write them right over each other. A is congruent to D. Yeah, it is. But this says which ones are false. A is equal to D. That's a true statement, which means we're not going to use it because we want false statements. ABC is congruent to DEF. Well, ABC, DEF, sure enough. So no. AB, that's right here. AB is congruent to EF. Well, that's not a true statement. That's wrong. And just confirm BC and EF. Sure enough. Boom. So our answer is C. C is false. Remember, read carefully. Don't read this question and go, oh, A is right, boom, move on. It's asking for false. So check all your possible answers. Which of the following is not a method for proving triangles congruent? Which one's not a method? Well, we have SSS. We know we have HL. We know we have ASA. And this one's tricky, SSA. Well, that's just ASS spelled backwards. So that's a no. That's the one we can't use. So that's our choice. Number 4, when do you use CPCTC? Okay, so remember, CPCTC is the last step after you prove triangles congruent. You use it to prove parts. It's all about the parts. So, do we use it to prove two angles congruent? Nope. That's when we use SSS, ASA, and so forth. To prove a third triangle, we've never dealt with three triangles. We're not doing that. Never have done that. Doesn't make sense. To prove that corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent? Well, let's see. C, P, C, T, C. That's like the definition. And just to check, before you prove triangles congruent. Nope. It's always after. So go ahead and change that there. It's after you prove. It's always the last step. Very important. Change that word before to after. Okay, this is very easy. Side, angle, side. Just write it. Now, you may not have the exact same answer here. All you have to do is make sure you mark a side, an angle, and a side. You could have done that way. You could have done a side, an angle, and a side. Side, angle, and it doesn't matter, as long as you have the same corresponding ones. And make sure you use different markings like so. 6, easy. Side, side, side. Side, side, side. And if you did them in different orders or different ones, it's okay, as long as you have that basic concept. All right, this one, angle, side, angle. So mark an angle, mark an angle. Mark a side. It doesn't matter where you go. If you go here, then the other angle has to be here. Okay? If we would have done right there, then we would have done right there. It doesn't matter. Just go in order. A, S, A. Okay? And remember, when you're doing it the other way, you always want to put your letters like this to remind yourself what's happening. Okay? AAS. Well, that's angle. I'm going to abbreviate. Angle, side. So, mark an angle. I'm going to pick this one. Put this right there. Pick another angle. It doesn't matter which direction you go. I'm going to go this way. Now, careful. It's angle, angle, side. So we're not going to put it here. That would be ASA. So we just keep going. Angle, angle, side. And that's how we mark it. Go in the same order on both. And this one is just hypotenuse leg. And I'm not going to be getting you on spelling. So, hypotenuse leg. Now, very important. There's no 90-degree angle marked, is there? So we need to put in that 90-degree angle to prove that HL works. Remember where the hypotenuse is. I really suggest you put this arrow to remind yourself where the hypotenuse is. Go ahead and mark it. And then the leg, it doesn't matter. It just has to be a matching leg. So the bottom and the bottom, or the side and the side. It doesn't matter. The most important one on there is the H. Okay. So, angle M, just mark everything. Angle M is 90, so go in there and put a 90-degree angle. D is 90, put a 90-degree angle. MN, where's that? Right there. DY, where's that? Right there. ON, right there. AY, right there. Now go through and mark. Okay? So that's angle, side, side. Oops. We don't do angle, side, side. But wait. It's a 90-degree angle, isn't it? So even though ASS doesn't work, we do have an H and an L. So it does work. Remember, ASS does not work unless you have a right angle, and then HL does work. Now, order, ONM. So I'm starting at O, going down Highway 2, up Highway 1. So I'm going to start at A, Highway 2, Highway 1. That's going to be A, Y, D. Order matters. You will lose points if you put DAY or DYA or ADY, and it has to be the exact same order. Number 11. I start off by marking what I know. At that point, I have side, side, side. Now I just have to look at order. RSC. R, Highway 1. Nope, that was wrong. That was silly of me. I'm going in the wrong order. R, S, is Highway 2, Highway 3, Highway 1. So 2, 3, 1. That means I got to start at K, highway 2, highway 3, highway 1. KCS. Cannot stress how important it is to take this extra little step, draw the arrows, mark your lines, mark your letters. All right, we have vertical angles here. We know that because we know bow ties give us vertical angles. Now it says C is the midpoint of MJ. Well, MJ is right here. That means this piece is equal to that piece. C is also the midpoint of KP. So this piece is equal to this piece. What do I have? Side, angle, side. It's really easy. If you just take the steps to label stuff, it screams at you. MKC. So I'm starting at M, highway 1. I did it again. I just did it exactly again. Okay, MKC. I can read letters. M, K, C. So I'm going up, then 2, then 1. So I have to start at J to do this. 2, then 1. So that's going to be J, P, C. That's a C, not an S. J, P, C. Let's see. JPC. Yeah, JPC. So just to double check. MKC. It starts at M, goes up no name, highway 2, then highway 1. So it starts at J, no name highway, highway 2, highway 1. So JPC. All right, next one. On this one, I know KLJ. Be careful here. Some people are having problems with finding angles. KLJ is right here. That's KLJ. Okay, it's always the middle letter. That's your vertex. MLJ is going to be M to the L to the J right there. KJL is right here. MJL is right there. And then we have the side, the shared side, we can always mark. A, S, A. Now, same order, J, K, L. So, I'm starting at J, okay? I'm going out to K, down to L, and back. So therefore, I have to start at J, go down to M, go to L, and back. So J, M, L. All right, number 14. Mark what you got. H and N line up. JM, whoops, JM and LI. Well, that's not enough information. We have one angle and one side. Not enough. That would only work. Well, no, that wouldn't even work if we had a right angle because we wouldn't even know the leg. So, not enough information. All right. So, X is the midpoint of BC. So, here's BC. If X is the midpoint, these two pieces are equal. AB is congruent to DC. And we have vertical angles. So, what do we have? SSA. Also known as ASS, and that's a big no-no. Moving on. Falcon. Or not. Let's try that again. Falcon. Now just match it up. AL. Well, that's going to match ON. NOC, NOC, LAF. F lines up with C. LAF, NOC. That's just the backwards one of D. These are the same thing, just switch spots. And one is an angle, one's a triangle, but still the order is the same. If you add these two up, you get 159. If you subtract that from 180, that's not lined up right, but you get the deal, 21 degrees. These three add up to 180. So 3x plus 2x plus x is 6x equals 180. So x equals 30. And if we wanted to find all the variables, it would be 30 times 2, 60, times 3, 90. All right, next one. If you take 180 minus 84, that gives you 96. Since these are both the same, 2x equals 96, just divide by 2. 48 degrees. X and 137 form a linear pair. They are a linear pair. They form a straight line, which is 180 degrees minus 137 is 43. So x is 43 degrees. Well, if this is 43 and that's 89, we add those together, we get 132. We subtract that from 180, we get 48 for y. Step by step. All right. So, angle R and U are congruent. Mark them. S is the midpoint of RU. That means this is equal to that. We also know vertical angles are congruent. Now we're ready to go. First off, the easiest part, you just copy this down here and write given, which is right here. So, angle R is congruent to angle U. S is the midpoint of RU. Boom. Now just write what we did. We marked RS and US. Why do we do that? Because we knew S was the midpoint. So that's simply definition of midpoint. We also marked angle 1 congruent to angle 3. Why? Because vertical angles are congruent. At this point, we have ASA. Remember, if you're proving triangles congruent, we're going to use ASA, SSS, AAS, SAS, and HL. All right? Now, order. We already have it. Prove this. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to look at the picture. We are proving VRS is congruent to triangle TUS. Now notice in this one, we're proving nothing. We're proving this board is messed up. That's what we're proving. We're proving that these two parts are equal. That means we know right at the bat we're finishing off with CPCTC. You can almost work backwards. You know this should be a last statement. Okay? Given GM is congruent to RG. GM, RG. All right. KGM, angle KGM, is congruent to angle KGR. Where are those? KGM goes here to here. The middle letter is my angle. KGR goes here to here. Middle letter is my angle. Those are both given. Now what else do we know? We know KG is equal to itself. The reflexive property. What's left? Prove the triangle is congruent. By what rule? SAS. Now the order. Triangle. Here's a hint. Just copy the letters in that order. KGM congruent to triangle KGR. And that's it.